And we are live. We want to go, sucker. We want to go, sucker. Yo. We are back. We got a show this week. We got a real show this week. We had a special guest, the cat. As you see, are probably crawling around in the background. We got the cat in the background. Yo, we got a very special show for you guys this week. As you can see here, if you're watching, I got my boy. He's returning. My boy, Dobby Amore. Oh, look at that.
Yo.
The cat trying to jack.
Don't be jacking my spotlight, Olaf. Come on now. Yo, it's your boy Dobby Amore here. Feels good to be back. Filling in for Sage the Mark. Now, I know you cats been hearing about this viral infection going around WWE. JoJo, how you doing? Called Bray, how you doing? I think it called Roman Reigns too. Yeah. And unfortunately, it also caught our boy Sage the Mark. So Sage, get well soon, man. I'm here filling in for you, keeping it warm for you, man. Get well soon.
Hey, you know who's not wishing Sage well wishes?
Who that?
Who that? Me that. I'm not wishing Sage.
Wow.
So this to me, with Sage the Mark not being able to make the show this week, and you see we're going with a handheld mic. Normally when you watch the show, you don't see the mic. You just hear me loud and clear. But we're going with the mics this week.
I like it.
The thing is Sage the Mark, he texted me this morning, and as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to go see Jigsaw opening in tonight in theaters. Pay me, Jigsaw, please. Appreciate it. And we're going to leave here, go see the movie, and Sage the Mark and I were supposed to go see this movie, and he texted me and said, been hanging out in the WWE locker room lately. Been getting kind of sick.
Nah, I'm messing around with JoJo, bro.
Yeah.
If you messing around with JoJo, bro.
If you watched the show last week, he simply said, and this was before it was announced, the match changes, because we did the show last Thursday, before the updates came out about the changes to TLC, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
He said, I think something's going around in the locker room. And I told him, you're full of crap. Conspiracy. It's funny that he says something's going around in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
I think he was a part of it.
I want to say he's that monkey from Outbreak that brought that into the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. It's a miracle you and your family don't have it, Goose. That's what I'm thinking, dude.
And I'm the Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, you are, dude.
I am the Cuba Gooding Jr. So, hey, listen, guys, we want to welcome you to the show today. Thank you for listening. We got a lot of listeners. A lot of the regulars are going to be joining us. Oh, it's that boy. Look, we already got one follower. Look at that.
Who that?
It's Silky Mel Johnson.
Oh, Silky, bro. Come on. You know I love you, bro.
I had a picture with Silky Mel Johnson last week.
Dude,
what up,
Silky, bro?
What up, boy?
Why is he so silky?
Because he ain't ashy.
Yes.
I met Silky Mel Johnson in person. You listened to the podcast last week. I went and did the show live. And I gave shout outs last week to Silky Mel. I went to get my hair cut. Silky said, hey, man, do you know me? Do I know you? Are you the dude from the podcast? So shout outs to old Silky Mel Johnson being extra clean, never ashy. That's your boy Silky Mel Johnson.
My boy is fresh to death, bro.
That's kind of like it. That's his tagline right there. So let's get into it. So you tell me, special guest. And if y'all remember, you can go into the archives, request the archives from us. Dobby Amore was actually on. It was an MMA prediction, right?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute though, man.
What was it that you did? Was it 200? Yeah, it was 200, right?
Man, that's a
Last
long
summer?
time ago, man. But it might have been though. It might have been.
It was because we had Guru.
I think Guru might have done a spot too, because I know we went toe to toe for a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. So we had a great time. Welcome.
It might even have been after that. It might have been Rousey Nunes, dude. Because I want to say I told Guru I had Rousey all the way, and then Nunes took her out.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. So definitely Dobby Amore, he's back with us. You want a TLC review?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
So for those of y'all watching, I might get a little side distracted because in the background, if you see me staring off in space, I got my Dolphins on the TV. We're going to be playing from behind again. Yet another great catch by Kenny Stills. So TLC last minute changes. I didn't like Angle coming out with a shield. I didn't. He was smiling a lot. I don't know. I've talked about it on the show before. I just can't get into the shield. They're still coming out the Roman Reigns song. They're wearing the same outfit. I need to get over that. That's my fault. To me, that's my fault. So you give me, what did you think of TLC?
Starting off with the Roman Reigns theme song thing, like we knew, like when they broke up, Roman Reigns took the song. We know it. We got to get over it because like you can't go back to the Shield without that Shield song, and that Shield song now belongs to Roman Reigns. You know, if it was going to change, it would have to change when Roman Reigns broke off. You know, but I mean, to be honest, like I think people are being a little too hard on it. I think you're being too hard on it. Given the situation where they lost, you know, top names like Roman Reigns, you know, like Bray Wyatt at the last minute, like they had to scramble to put something together real quick, and I think what they did was pretty good, all things considered. You know, I'm okay with Angle coming out with the Shield gear, coming out with the crowd with him. I actually kind of liked it, you know, because it wasn't really his normal appearance. You know, I would like to see him fight one more match as an individual, coming out with the whole the normal onesie he wears, dude, with the music, you know, the gold medals. I want to see that one more time, but this wasn't the time for it because he was teaming up last minute with the Shield, you know. I wouldn't mind seeing like maybe GM versus GM, Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon.
They've had good matches.
Yeah, I would love to see that, but I was okay with it just being a one-time thing because he was filling in just one night. I thought he did a good job.
So because of the injuries, you were okay with it?
Yes. If this was the plan the whole time, I think I would have been like, we could have done something better than this.
So was the match any good though?
The match itself, it was good because it was weird seeing Kurt Angle in there because he kind of like sat on the side for a lot of the time.
Yeah, he looked gassed.
Yeah,
like, to me, he looked gassed.
When he walked down to the ring, he was done, dude.
Yeah, he looked gassed quick.
No, but then he took that really good bump with going to the table. I like that. And they took him out for a little bit, which was cool. And then having him come back out, I thought was good. I liked the chemistry between Bray and Kane going at it with each other, turning on each other during the match. I thought that really added something. Braun. Yeah, Braun and Kane going at each other during the match. I thought that really added something to it, another aspect. And then turning on Braun, putting him in the dumpster truck. I thought, and then I was like, because like, how realistically is the Shield going to win being outnumbered this badly? And when they pulled that into the storyline, I was like, you know what? This kind of like feels like this could happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So I thought they did a good job with what they had. You know.
So is it safe to say AJ Demon saved the night?
Oh my!
Didn't
God,
save the show. Didn't save the show. Sorry, Silky Mel. I had to disagree with you. And for those of y'all listening on the audio podcast, Silky Mel Johnson's one of the one of our regular live listeners. You could tune in every Thursday night on YouTube. Did they? I wouldn't say they saved the show, but they were the best match of the night by far.
No, not saved. Stole. Okay, they weren't the main event. But man, like nobody else on that card could hang with him, dude. And at first, I remember when I heard the announcement, Bray's out, I get it. But AJ Styles and Finn Balor, like we all know the backstory with the Bullet Club, and it's like this feels like something that should be led up to WrestleMania type thing, such as like a Shinsuke, AJ Styles type thing. And I was like, you're just giving this away with no hype, no nothing, just like 1 week's notice, giving us that match, that dream match, like with no hype, like. At first, I was a little bit turned off, but then, like, again, given the situation, they lost Bray Wyatt last minute. They had to give us something. They couldn't just fill in with, nobody, or just drop Finn Balor from the card. That would have been horrible,
Yeah.
So they had to give us something. And then AJ, just the consummate professional, not even on that brand. He was in South America. They give him the call, flies up, does that card Sunday night, then does Raw, which is not his show, on Monday, then does SmackDown on Tuesday. Like, is there any better professional in the game today than AJ Styles?
So, being a special guest, where does AJ Styles rank on the GOAT list?
Man, you know what? I got to admit, though, I didn't see a lot of his work prior to WWE. I'm kind of getting into it now that I've, become more of a fan. But man, like honestly, he's definitely in my top 10 right now. And I think and he's still got a couple more chapters left to write, I think. Mike's schools aren't amazing, but I mean, he's way over.
They're par.
Yeah, they're par.
You get a 5.
But just in-ring work, like, I mean, tell me who's better. Like, I really don't know. He's incredible, dude. Or so would you say he's phenomenal?
So would you say the second best wrestler on the roster? No, second's Kevin Owens by far. Like
Kevin
leaps
Owens
and bounds.
amazing, dude.
So is
Dolph Ziggler's good?
Is Dolph Ziggler in the top 5?
man, dude.
Regardless of his ups and downs, because
and how over or not over he is with the fans, and how relevant he is. Probably just as a worker, probably, dude. I mean, you got to throw. You have to throw. I think Rollins in there. I think Rollins is fantastic. AJ Styles.
But we were just talking about, before we set up the podcast earlier, we were just talking about, we based this podcast out of Texas and went to Wrestle Circus last week, and ROH is coming into town, and they just announced that Kenny Omega is going to be coming to San Antonio, the ROH event, in November here, and we talked about the Kenny Omega finisher being, well, Seth Rollins using that finisher now.
Yeah.
So he's got a weak finish. You know what helps him is his finisher isn't that great now. The turnaround knee stomp was so badass. Does that elevate him on the top 10 ranking? Does that elevate Seth Rollins on the top? Goes back to using the curb stomp.
Absolutely, man, because I think finisher is so huge. You have to have good signature moves. I mean, that's kind of been my beef with Ambrose. I've always felt like definitely character is mad over. Mad over. People love him. I'm not a big fan of the Dirty Deeds, the double MDDT. It's okay, but then even after that, like, what else do you have? You know, like, he doesn't have any other real good signature moves for Dean Ambrose. So I think Rollins, you know, it took a while, but I think I got used to the pedigree. It wasn't bad at all. But I mean, the curb stomp by far was just, I had never seen it before. Nobody's ever used it, and it just looked so great. Even when it got reversed, I remember one of my favorite RKOs of all time was when he turned the curb stomp into an RKO, and I was like, man, more. And then they took it away for whatever reason. But yeah, I think if he did get a better finisher, you know, even if he does go back to the pedigree, to me that elevates him too, because this knee he's not doing it from what I hear to the level of Kenny Omega, and it's kind of hurting him.
You just wait. Yeah, Kenny, if you get a chance to look at it, Kenny Omega is one of the best. He's top. I haven't heard much on his mic skills, but it's tough because he's in Japan. He wrestles in Japan, and I guess now apparently a little bit in ROH. You have the language barriers and the culture there. That's a little bit different. So obviously you're not going to cut a 20-minute promo on somebody. The rest of TLC, though, I thought it was a bad show. You know what I noticed? Was it you that texted me that it's TLC, but we haven't seen a table or ladder or chair until the final match? Was that you that texted me that?
I don't think it was, but I noticed the same thing, though.
Yeah, so I don't know if they used it to hype up. Because think about it, the Demon versus AJ Styles, you don't really need a table, ladder, or chairs.
Oh, it'd be that.
Yeah, it'd be pointless. Though I do wish AJ Styles kicked out of a finisher, but I thought
was a rough coup de grace he landed, though, man. Like, he stuck it. Normally, he kind of like hits it and kind of falls off, but
yeah,
he like stuck it on him. But either way, it was a fantastic match.
So TLC it wasn't a bad show. It was molded at the last minute. It had to be what it is. Injuries, I guess you could say, kind of altered the show a bit. And WWE, you know, I give credit to the WWE for giving us what they want, because the whole time I was thinking, because they announced it Friday, I was wondering, all right, should this have been a surprise? Should the show have gone on, and then Finn Balor, I didn't really care if it was the Demon or not. I really didn't. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, I could care less if it's the Demon or not. And plus, the Demon his wrestling style is not that much different. If anything.
It's more the intro than everything, yeah.
Yeah, by far. So if it just would have been Finn Balor in the ring, and they're like, hey, and his opponent, they don't want none.
Yes.
The surprise factor would have been insane. And then at the end, if you would have had Kurt Angle, you know, you cut to backstage and Kurt Angle saying, I can't find a replacement to go up against these 5 guys. Just to show I'm a team player, I think I'm going to get the suit back on. Like, the surprise factor would have been there. But on the flip side, if it's a pay-per-view, I'm sure WWE doesn't care about, what up, Cat? Get down, Cat. I'm sure WWE doesn't care about the surprise factor, because it's a pay-per-view. So they got to sell network subscriptions with these pay-per-views. That's the thing, is they have to sell subscriptions 2 days in advance.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, I mean, we use the term pay-per-view, but I mean, there really is no pay-per-view. So it's not like people are tuning in and paying, you know, $50, $60 to watch this particular show now, right? So I imagine people who are watching TLC, they already have the network, so they're probably going to watch it already. So there's no need necessarily for that, I think, you know, because they're not gonna subscribe to WWE networks for TLC. It's typically gonna be for like a WrestleMania is gonna get them on there, SummerSlam type thing. So I think either way, they're already subscribed. So I'm kind of cool with the way they did it, because they're like, all right, look, we know you're already subscribed. We know you're paying this pay-per-view. We're gonna let you know we're not gonna let you down. We lost Bray Wyatt. We're going to give you AJ Styles, and we're going to give you Kurt Angle, who hasn't fought 11 years in WWE.
So you think okay they're appeasing more to the
current
people?
Customers.
Yes, the current customers who think, why am I paying for this, rather than the mainstream, this main event thing or something. Switch up the game on them. We can get some new subscribers. You think they're appeasing the million plus subscribers they have now? Correct,
because like I said, I'm sure if they run the numbers of like how many new subscribers they get per pay-per-view, I'm sure, like I said, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble's up there. I guarantee you TLC is not one of them where it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
For the month of TLC, we got, you know, a large number of new subscribers. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So I think it was more appeasing to the people that are already paying for it. So, I mean, I like what you're saying, though. Like, if it was a surprise of like, hey, there's going to be a secret match, Finn Balor versus nobody knows.
Yeah.
That's kind of a thing. And then when you bring in Styles, like, I mean, I know if I was, I would have lost it. But I mean, the way they did it was good. Like I said, it was really hurt by the virus that went around. But man, I think they did well with what they had, man.
Should Sage and Mark have been on the show?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Not a big fan of Sage and Mark. Let's go into Raw. Raw was huge this week. I thought that. So here's the thing, and chime in. You're one of my best friends. Love you to death. Unless we disagree. Unless the Bucks are playing the Dolphins. Shout out to week 11.
Oh, damn.
This might be rough.
What up, Jameis?
Yeah, shots fired. So, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll bet you that we have I'm going to throw out a formal bet, even though we had some side bet talk earlier. The Dolphins will beat the Bucks. If I win, you got to steal some crab legs.
Yeah.
If the Bucks win, I'll smoke a pack of menthols in honor of Jay Cutler. In honor of Jay Cutler, because he should be back.
Yeah. Within the game, you know, within the next Finn's game, dude, within that 3-hour window, you got to smoke a whole pack, dude. Because that's what Jay does.
For shout-outs, yeah, to Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I just won't show up, kind of like the Dolphins' offensive line that's causing a Pro Bowl running back like Jay Ajayi to not be able to perform. But, hey, we were just talking about Raw. We sidetracked into football.
And this segment, by the way, is brought to you by Jay's Menthols. All right, go get them right now at your local store.
Sponsored by Jay's Menthols. No, yeah. So I thought Raw was. So the point I had was about football. The thing is that football's on right now. Like Monday nights are tough. So when you tune in as a wrestling fan, when you tune into TV on a Monday night, there's something I've kind of picked up on lately. So you have Monday Night Football, basketball's on. You have the super teams. All these super teams playing each other. The super teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Golden State Warriors, the Chicago Bulls, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. All these super teams going up against each other. And then you still have Monday Night Football, which is way better than Thursday Night Football. And then you have the WWE. So I've noticed at the 9 o'clock hour, they're starting to have the power matches. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I think John Cena fought Braun Strowman at the 9 o'clock hour, which conveniently, if a football game is supposed... What time does Monday Night Football start? 7:15,
7:30.
So when is halftime?
About 9 o'clock.
You see where I'm going?
Okay.
So that's the thing you have is that I think WWE is trying to attract those the halftime ratings. I think they're trying to. Well, it's 19-0 now. The Dolphins are losing. I think they're trying to attract those halftime fans. And the thing is you could attract the halftime fans, but halftime fans are only going to stick around during halftime, so that you kind of get like a spike in the ratings. Then so
immediately drops back down to earth. Yeah.
Do you think a lot of the main event pressure has been at 9 o'clock to catch the NFL Monday Night Football game halftime show? Because if you think about it, you have John Cena, Roman Reigns, all these things at the 9 o'clock hour. Cruiserweights ending Raw. So you could experiment a little bit because the Cruiserweights ending Raw has been amazing.
But they didn't end Raw this week. This week on Raw, which obviously was an amazing week, was when the SmackDown Siege happened, Under Siege, dude. That happened, and I think that happened, at the right time at the end of Raw. If that was the case, I think that would happen at the 9 o'clock hour, and you could have even expanded that, literally to the rest of the show. Like even have a match play out, and then like they come back in and attack somebody else. Maybe even in the ring. Kind of put it out to the rest of. No, I don't think there's any pressure. I think WWE is they're aware that you can't really compete with Monday Night Football, not just for the football aspect, but fantasy football aspect of, like as a fantasy football player, I mean, like if I have somebody going, I'm not just going to stop watching at halftime because
what's
it's a
your
good
record?
match.
What's your record?
We don't have to talk about that right now. I mean, it's not really important. It's not relevant to the conversation. But what I'm saying is, as a fan, like I'm not going to stop watching football, especially in the DVR age. Now I'm abusing my DVR. After I usually watch Monday Night Raw on Tuesdays, SmackDowns on Wednesdays, just lag behind a day maybe. But I mean, no, I think they're comfortable with where they're at.
I thought Raw was good this week. I thought that I was pretty pumped when Brock Lesnar came out and let Paul Heyman do the talking. And shout outs to Brock Lesnar. So Paul Heyman came out, cut a promo. Did you get a chance to see the promo, by the way?
No, I just saw the highlights.
So the promo was basically, and Paul Heyman, he even gave himself credit. He said, hey, look, people can come out, but I cut the best promos of them all.
And he does.
Hey, yeah. And he said, Jinder Mahal, here's the thing. We fought all these guys, and the guys we fought, there's a layer of respect. The guys that Brock Lesnar has defeated. So we're talking Triple H, John Cena, etc., Braun Strowman, etc., etc. There's a layer of respect, but hey, Jinder, who are you? And he cut this promo that was just amazing, and Brock didn't say a word, walked to the back. So Brock probably caught 50 to 100 G's just to show up, kind of hang out, walk to the ring with a sleeveless shirt.
That's his thing, though. I mean, Paul Heyman does all the talking for the good reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's great because when Brock does talk, what's your favorite line Brock said?
Yeah, he had that moment with Paul Heyman, dude. He said, "Say something stupid."
Hey,
dude.
Paul, say something stupid.
Man, that was the best line I've ever heard in my life.
And that's the thing is, or when he picked up a mic, I think he was fighting Braun Strowman or something like that. He took the mic out of Paul Heyman's hand and just said, "Suplex City, bitch."
Dude, that's good enough for me, man.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Brock and Jinder. Jinder didn't stand a chance at all,
man. But then again, I said Orton's gonna beat Jinder. Wrong. I said Shinsuke, my boy, biggest Shinsuke fan in the world, right here, boy. Your boy Darby Amore, and Jinder beat him twice.
So how bad are the Singh brothers going to get beat up in that match?
Oh my god, dude! I hope they go through 2 tables each, man. Like I think they're going to get abused, dude. But I mean, there's no. Like I said, I'm done doubting Jinder Mahal, dude. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't think he's.
If there's a line in Vegas, dude, I'm putting it on Jinder.
Gonna get them, but it'll just be. So I'm pumped. So that was the thing of Raw is they hyped up a lot of what Survivor Series is going to be. They hyped up a ton of it's Raw versus SmackDown. So one thing that I like about if this is the future of Survivor Series, you have to be honest with yourself. There's no titles on the line, so it's a. I'm not going to say the word trash, but it's a throwaway show because at the end of the day, somebody might get a push for being the final survivor or whatever. But at the end of the day, if Jinder loses to Brock, does that make any one of them look like a weaker or stronger champion? No, not at all. And the show goes on. If the women of Raw beat the women of SmackDown and the women of SmackDown go back to SmackDown and start feuding, none of them look weak. None of them look strong because they lost as a team. So that's what I like is that it's something that we're going to see now, apparently once a year, and it's the best talent on one show versus the best talent on the other show. Like if you think about it, but there's no major implications because think about it.
No titles are changing hands.
Correct. It's not like somebody lost and you think their push is kind of done. Only time over the next 2 years, 3 years, that the captain or the last guy on the SmackDown roster is Shinsuke Nakamura. And the captain or the last guy on Raw is Roman Reigns. Like, think about it. What if at the end of the day, the last 2 people on the Raw roster, which I don't know if they've announced. I don't read that dirt sheet stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But what if the last 2 people are Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles? Whereas when you lose, you don't really lose anything. Just, okay, cool, you're back on SmackDown. Now the SmackDown show goes on. That's why I love what Survivor Series is. If that's truly what it is, I love what it is.
At the same time, I see what you're saying, yes, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, all right, so then aren't these matches then all considered just pointless then? Because no titles changing hands, there's not going to be an ongoing feud after any of these matches. So whoever wins, that's it. It's the feud's over. There's no chance of retaliation.
What's the last word in WWE? What does the E stand for?
Entertainment.
That's what it is. It's, hey, you know what? I don't get to see these matches that often. Let me see the best guy on this show fight the best guy on this show.
So what you're telling
it's not going to happen on WrestleMania.
So what you're telling me is Survivor Series is the NBA All-Star Game. It's just entertainment, seeing the best players against the best players. This game doesn't mean anything in the long run. It's just for entertainment purposes. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, but a good one.
But because the All-Star Game's trash, by the way.
Well, current All-Star Game's absolutely terrible across not just NBA. When was the last time you watched a Pro Bowl?
I watch it every year. The Bucks make it. If there's one Buccaneer in there, I'm going to watch it.
Who made it last year?
McCoy. Yeah.
Who else?
Jameis was the 7th quarterback alternative. Shout out to Jameis Winston.
Well, we won't get into how many Dolphins made it. Actually, I think Jay Ajayi made it from the AFC, actually.
I would imagine so. But what I'm saying is, like, to me, like, I mean, I guess it is kind of a change of pace because it's not.
But it's scripted.
No doubt.
They can make it entertaining. So you're telling me, okay, so what would you rather watch? The East versus West NBA All-Star Game or Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roman Reigns?
It's yeah, I'd rather watch Shinsuke versus Roman Reigns. But I mean, but I want it better when it's more. I want it better when it's like hyped up, when we know it's coming, like, you know, a month down the road, like it's gonna be this big match at Survivor Series, Shinsuke versus Roman Reigns. I wanted that, not like it just happens at the end. You know, I want it hyped up. I want the build up to it and the payoff at the end when Shinsuke hits that, you know, Kinshasa, or Roman Reigns kicks out, or what have you. You know, I want that build up.
Well, do you care about the Royal Rumble? Is the last two guys could be Shinsuke and Roman, and they're just going to go on their separate ways at the end.
No, but that's a little bit different because Royal Rumble kind of like paves the way to the road to WrestleMania, and whoever wins that, you know, has the title shot and has that like road paved out for him, because like it's leading to something, as opposed to the Survivor Series when that match is over. Okay, what's next in that storyline?
Nothing.
Well, that's it. The storyline's dead. Oh well, that kind of sucks, you know, like. That's what kills me. But I get what you're saying, though. I like the idea of champion versus champion, you know?
Yeah.
That thing kind of like, you know, gets people, but I feel like it does kind of like really bury the losing champion that much, because like, well, you lost. Well, but you lost to the champion. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad, you know?
No, I don't think. I think Survivor Series doesn't de-push somebody. So Jinder versus Brock doesn't de-push the loser. Like, think about it. If Jinder loses, if Jinder loses, you're just going to be like, oh, yeah. I mean, come on, it's Brock.
We lost to Brock.
You didn't stand a chance. But if he wins, Brock isn't going to come out weak on Raw like, oh, you lost to Jinder. You're for sure going to lose this week to Curtis Axel. No.
But can you have Brock destroy Braun Strowman and then lose to Jinder Mahal?
It's a moot point because he's definitely not losing. But if Jinder does win, if Jinder does win, I guarantee we'll be tuning into SmackDown like, man, I got to see what this dude's going to do. Like, this guy he's beaten Nakamura, Brock, and Randy Orton back to back to back. All right, this dude's legit.
And the word is, like, supposedly, like, he's going to start feuding with AJ Styles too, man. So
so obvious.
If we're talking beating Randy Orton, then Shinsuke Nakamura, then AJ Styles, then Brock Lesnar, like what? I mean,
who's left?
Just really, like, he just cleaned everything out, dude. Like, what else is left for him, dude? But now, I think it's literally 90-10, 90% Brock's gonna win that match, dude. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. But the thing is in the 5-on-5 match, whoever wins that, like last year, if you remember, the Wyatts, the new Wyatts, it was Bray and Randy Orton that won it. That told you, like, whoa, this new Wyatt family, even though it didn't exist or it didn't last, well, these guys are legit as a team together. These guys are the team to watch on SmackDown. But it didn't make you think on Raw, like, this person lost. I'm not going to watch this guy. He sucks. Or anything like that.
Absolutely not. No, I was just saying, dude. But I want to get to a point that I know you heard me venting about earlier in regards to Raw. I'm talking about my boy, Finn Balor. Can I talk about it for a minute?
Go ahead. Do your thing.
Man, like coming down from like what I thought was just an incredible match. We're talking about AJ Styles, Finn Balor again. I'm okay with how it happened, but it should be a match that should be, again, like Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, should be hyped up for a big event like SummerSlam, like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, that kind of thing. So they had to put it in there in a pinch because, we had some injuries, whatever have you. So then Finn Balor gets a clean, crystal clean win over AJ Styles, dude. The phenomenal Styles in a great match, right? Gets a clean win. I love how they did the too sweet at the end. I thought that was awesome. So I feel like nobody really took a really big hit from that. I feel like both of them kind of like got a boost from it. Then the next night on Raw, we got Kane coming out. And I get he's going to feud with Braun, and Braun's not going to be there. That's fine. But then you got Finn Balor coming out, then losing to Kane clean. And I'm just like, what just happened? So you put Finn over on AJ. Finn's already over, by the way, but then you haven't beat AJ Styles clean. And then you have Kane beat him clean. So is there really a need to sort of bury a talent, Finn Balor, to put over an aged wrestler like Kane clean on Monday Night Raw? Like, to me, why? I'm cool with him coming out and fighting Kane, but like maybe Finn's working him pretty good. Kane gets frustrated, takes him outside, hits him with the stairs, calls a DQ. Nobody really gets put under. But to have him lose clean to an aged grizzly wrestler like Kane, who already got kind of put over the night before because he kind of roughed up Braun Strowman, who is obviously a beast right now. And you had Kane getting the best of Braun Strowman last night and then getting the best of Finn Balor the next night. It's like, why are we working so hard to put over an aged wrestler? You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree. I thought that, like, it's obvious that it's going towards Braun Strowman versus Kane.
Obviously.
Do you care about that match at all?
Honestly, how good Braun is, I care about everything he does, dude. If he was feuding with you right now, Goose, I would be into it. So
he's a face to you.
He's almost like that.
It was.
I would call that almost that in between kind of thing, almost like a Stone Cold kind of a thing,
Randy
where
Orton,
he was
yeah.
Randy Orton and Stone Cold. Like, I'm a face, but I'm not gonna be walking around smiling and everything, But everybody loves you, He's like that. But anything he does right now to me is gold. So if he wants to feud with Goose, Sage the Mark, Darby Amore, hey, dude, I'm in, dude. I'm watching for that, dude.
So I'm a fan. I love me some Braun Strowman. Like, if you've noticed the pops that he's getting, they're just drastically increasing, like becoming more and more face because he's just. I love his promos. Backstage, they're short and sweet. Just even at Survivor Series, he told the team, "Just stay out of my way," and he left. And that it was
no, but it's in the ring work too. I think is really, really
for a
good.
big man. Yeah, he's amazing. No. So I agree with you. I think that you put the demon, and I said it earlier on the show, guys. There's not much of a difference outside of the entrance between the demon and Finn Balor. He just beat AJ Styles, and he loses very cleanly to Kane. And that's the thing is we know this isn't the debuting Kane. This isn't 1997 Hell in a Cell debuting during the Undertaker-Shawn Michaels match.
This isn't some young up-and-comer we're trying to put over.
Who's here to put people over. And then he beats Finn Balor a night after he beats AJ Styles when we know Kane is going to feud with Braun Strowman and probably lose that feud.
To me, it's not to the same extreme, not to the same extent, but this to me is also, it's like when Brock Lesnar ended the streak. It's like you didn't need to do something like that to put Brock over. Brock was already over. Brock's been over for years at that point in time. You didn't need this to put him over, I feel like that streak ending should have been left to an up-and-comer, somebody maybe a few years earlier, maybe like a Daniel Bryan or something like that, to a younger up-and-coming wrestler. Taker even said, I heard on record that he was talking about, he talked back in the day about doing it to Randy Orton years earlier when Randy Orton hadn't been over yet. He was like, Randy Orton's a great talent. Why doesn't he end the streak? And that puts him over, because Undertaker's obviously been
ultimate wrestler.
Yeah, about the business, dude. Wants to go out on the shield on his back. That's what he wants to do. But to me, it was like that. Like Finn Balor's a great wrestler, and he's so over, and he's great. Like, I'm cool with him losing. That's fine. Like, even if AJ Styles had beat him that night before in TLC, like that's fine. It's like, yeah, AJ Styles, it's cool, man. Beef him up even more. That's cool. But Kane's just like on the very last chapter of his career. and he's been over. You know, he was over in the past.
Yeah,
we know who he is. We know what his gimmick is. We know Kane. You know, and he's on his way out of the business. So why are you burying a younger, up and coming, very popular talent for an older wrestler that's on his way out? I don't understand.
No, that was my biggest beef with Raw. When I saw that, I thought, cool. Braun Strowman's going to interfere in this. No,
but again, a DQ would be great. Like say they're fighting, Finn Balor does that kick on the outside of the ring, King gets dropped, he gets frustrated, he knocks Balor down, grabs the stairs, grabs a chair, and they DQ him. It's all right, cool. Well, Kane beat his ass, DQ, but he got DQ'd, so we lost the match. So nobody really looks weaker. It was just a good match to watch. It was a good filler match. Because obviously Braun wasn't there to feud with Kane, and then I don't know what's gonna happen with Finn Balor. I hope the Bray Wyatt Finn Balor feud is over. I mean, we'll see. Because I think it was a good feud when it was.
Well, no, because they still have to debut Sister Abigail.
Yes, but don't you feel like this feud has kind of run its course already? I mean, it was okay while it was there, but like we've already seen this. This was going to be the second demon just on Bray Wyatt. So what else do we have to do on this feud?
So do you think they just wait and debut Sister Abigail in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months?
Yeah, I think they hold off. Feud? Yeah, because I mean, like you're gonna do what 3 demons now on Bray Wyatt? It's like, come on, like this is getting really old. I think it's time to move on. I don't know to who. Obviously, it's not Kane, but I mean, like, I'm saying.
So speaking of the Wyatts, did you hear Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are getting repackaged?
With the Bludgeon Bros? Is what I heard. You know what? But you've always been a fan, though. You've always thought of Harper, at least.
No, I'm a huge Harper fan.
You've always said as a big, he's one of the best in the business, and he's very good.
Did you see his match with Randy Orton earlier this year? He had a match against Randy Orton. He had a feud against Randy Orton that was amazing. Yeah. Rowan, I haven't seen enough singles action of him.
No, Rowan is not on Harper's level.
No. So you think you'll be a fan of the Bludgeon Brothers?
I gotta see the way they're packaged. Are they gonna be the same kind of Wyatt type things?
Have you seen them? They literally have the same. Well, I guess they're the same look, meaning they just 2 big dudes with huge beards. I don't know if they're gonna wear something different to the ring, but and they have big hammers or something like that. But
hammers,
yeah, like Thor hammers.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. See your reaction. So I don't know if. Bludgeon Brothers, what up? Thank you for joining in. Yeah, and this is in the live chat. Corin no Sagey, as in Corin no Sage. Hey,
where is Sage, bro?
He caught the virus. He caught
the bug, bro.
Yeah, you caught the bug,
bro. I told you, bro. Can't be doing that stuff.
Yeah, you hang out with them cats, it gets real bad. So I'm pumped for the Bludgeon Brothers, but only because it's a tag team to SmackDown, because their tag team division to me is getting pretty stacked. Like if you look at, like I'm talking about, these guys can go in ring. So the all right, just is it safe to say Usos are the greatest tag team of 2017? That's
dude.
Or are you putting the New Day up there?
I was gonna say the New Day is very, very good. I get that they have 3 of them, so for that reason I would put the Usos up there because I only got 2 guys, But I love their feud, man. Their feud, Usos and New Day. I thought that was fantastic, dude.
Usos and New Day.
The thing about it is, I feel like the Usos need the belts more than the New Day does. I feel like New Day is so over, and the stuff they do is so fresh and so entertaining that they don't even need the belts, dude. So just give them to the Usos, dude. But we can agree the Usos are losing to the Shield at Survivor Series.
Shield?
Tag team champs versus tag team champs, bro.
Is that official?
Yes.
I run a wrestling podcast, and I don't know this. They said that?
Yeah, on Raw. So
you're right. You're right.
So
every champion versus every champion. Alexa Bliss.
So Alexa Bliss is fighting who?
Wow. I can't even think of the SmackDown Women's Champion at the time being.
Her name is Natalya.
That's right. You know what? I was distracted this week by Natalya off of a pic that was going around online
with Zack Ryder.
Yeah, if y'all get a chance,
may I say, woo woo woo.
Yeah. Go.
You know it.
Go check out the Reddit squared circle for that pic.
Damn.
That's right. It's every champion versus every champion.
So we're talking about Usos versus the Shield. We're talking about Natalya. No, wait, is it? Yeah, Natalya.
And Alexa Bliss.
Wait, is it Naomi now? No, I think it's Natalya.
No, it's Natalya.
It's Natalya. Yeah,
It's Natalya, Alexa Bliss.
And then we're talking, and they're doing Intercontinental versus U.S. title. So we're talking about the Miz versus Baron Corbin, which I really like, dude. I
well,
got the
it'll
Miz.
be interesting because they're both heel, so there's going to be some hijinks to that match.
Yes, man. I feel like there's going to be. Oh man, I got the Miz, but
hey, wait. Does Carmella? Because you might not be on the show between now and Survivor Series. Does Carmella cash in Survivor Series?
Man, what if she cashes in and gets the Raw title, dude?
Yeah, what if she cashes in and she could pick whatever title she wants?
Whichever one she wants to. Pins anybody, dude. That's kind of a good storyline, dude.
Wow. More to come on Survivor Series. So, Usos, those dudes are great. They're doing huge business.
And you talked about it too one time about like I love how they revamped to the Uso Penitentiary kind of thing, dude. I feel like because I thought they were still a good tag team overall. They've always been a great tag team, but you could tell the audience kind of turned on them a little bit.
Yeah,
said let me kind of revamp it, kind of redo our thing. And then when they went to the Uso Penitentiary thing, man, like I thought it went over great. Dude. I'm a huge fan.
Their mic skills are great.
Yes, man.
What do you call me when you text me half the time?
Hey, yo, what up, Us?
Yeah, exactly. So SmackDown this week, we had a good show. I love the ending, how Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon were talking about, hey, Raw didn't retaliate, and Daniel Bryan saying, no, they're coming. It's going to happen eventually. I liked it. Did you notice, and have you noticed, the lack of Shinsuke Nakamura on SmackDown?
Yeah, man, but I feel like even on, I kind of expected because I love Shinsuke.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
huge Shinsuke fan.
I kind of expected this because even on NXT, when he was top dog and he was a champ, dude, he wasn't on every episode. He was on like every third episode, So I was like, you know what? He's a legend in the sport. He's done his time, obviously in Japan more than anything than here in WWE. So I think he's kind of on one of those, not part-time, but semi-part-time contracts where it's like, you know what? I'm going to give you, 75, 80 dates a year and not necessarily the 200 that most guys do, kind of a thing, So I kind of expected it, but yeah, would I like to see more of them? I really would, dude. Then we got him next week against Kevin Owens, though.
Oh, that's going to be, if it truly goes, that's going to be a great match.
I feel like he's on one of those I paid my dues kind of contracts, not necessarily part-time, like a John Cena and like a Undertaker type thing. I think it's just kind of like I paid my dues. I don't got to work as hard as the rest, which is another reason why I love AJ Styles so much because he has deserves that kind of contract. But he says, no, not only am I going to get real full-time work, but I'm going to do extra days too. Like to me, he is just the consummate professional, and like WWE wrestling in general just needs more guys like AJ Styles, dude.
No, I completely agree. And that's the thing is, you don't get them that often that could go on that level and show up on that level. I can't wait. I don't think they've announced the official SmackDown versus Raw men's roster, right?
Officially, no.
Okay. I mean, we could all speculate who it's going to be.
Because I want to say that Shinsuke Kevin Owens match next week is going to be one of them is whoever wins is going to be on that team. The other one's not. So it's kind of makes you wonder what are they going to do with the other guy? What are they going to do with the other guy?
That's right. And then at the end of the day, they don't know who's going to come back sick.
Yeah, exactly right. And what I want to know about this, dude, what do you think about Sami Zayn going heel? Are you buying this?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So this is, I mentioned this on the podcast, and I know y'all are going to give me shit because at the end of the day, you're probably going to say, hey, man, you got a wrestling podcast. Why didn't you watch full SmackDown last week? Yeah, I just didn't get a chance. This week I watched as much as I can of it. And I watched about 99% of it. But he's kind of the silly heel. Like, I thought this week when I watched it, he'd have a different theme song. But he's kind of I was pretty upset that he took the loss.
But it is Randy Orton, though, dude.
Yeah, but exactly. So
it wasn't the cleanest loss ever, though.
No, there were some hijinks. So so give me your thoughts on Sami Zayn. And he's still kind of a silly heel. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking trash, and I haven't seen him cheat. So he does like the silly hijinks in the ring, like the cheap roll up after the distraction and stuff like that. So what do you think of Sami Zayn as a heel right now?
I think not every wrestler can do the transition of heel to face to heel. I don't think everybody has that in their bag of tricks, Sami Zayn is great, but I think what hurts him too is the fact that he's trying to be heel right next to just a stellar heel like Kevin Owens. So when you're like, Sami Zayn could be a heel, kind of like a lower end heel, but when you put him next to somebody in the spotlight with like a fantastic, phenomenal heel like Kevin Owens is, which he is, that makes him look bad by comparison. Like I think of it too, like when they were trying to kind of push Maurice a little bit.
Yeah,
but they had her talk next to the Miz, who has arguably the greatest mic skills in the game today. So when you have somebody who has maybe so mic skills, who has amazing mic skills, it makes them look like trash. So when I think of Sami Zayn going heel, I think like you're having somebody who could be an average heel, but putting him right next to somebody who's an ideal heel, and it makes him look bad by comparison because Kevin Owens is so good at the heel job.
Yeah, I agree. And that's tough. That's a tough position to be in. And so who's your, we talked about fantasy football earlier. Who's your tier 1 heels? Name 5 in wrestling, like current mode. Like if wrestling had a fantasy draft.
We're drafting heels. You have a heel spot you got to fill in your starting roster.
Yeah, we'll do it like the running backs. So you have 2 running backs and a flex. So who would be your picks?
I'm drafting a heel, dude. If I got the number 1 pick in the draft, I'm going heels, dude. I feel like, man, I love me some Kevin Owens a lot, dude. I'm probably gonna go Kevin Owens number 1.
Yeah, he's definitely tier 1 heel. So who else is just true? Miz is 2, if not 1. Arguable,
dude.
1,
it's
2.
Like this year, obviously David Johnson got hurt, but David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell. It's like Kevin Owens, Miz, dude. Miz has got to be up there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with drafting either one. Who would be the next 3?
I'm gonna go. He's not huge over, but he's got the strap, dude, and I like him, dude. I like Jinder Mahal.
Then why don't you? Okay, so you're gonna put Rusev in your top 5 because they both pull the same gimmick.
Yeah, but one's got the strap, one's getting the mic time, one's getting main event time. Dude.
But Rusev has had better matches. Well, I guess we're not talking about matches. We're just talking about heels.
No, overall heels and got that. When she was the heel, she was one of my favorites. I love Charlotte. You know that I love Charlotte, but she ain't the heel no more. So I gotta go. Are the Usos considered a heel tag team?
Yeah, for sure. But they count as one pick.
So then I'm gonna go Usos on that. I'm not really that sold on Baron Corbin. I know he's got the US strap, but I'm not really that sold on him, dude.
Elias?
So I'm gonna go now.
He gets ultimate booze. And don't you want to walk with Elias?
No, I don't.
I love what. So,
and you want to talk about booze, dude? I know he's not technically a heel, but
Jason Jordan.
Give me Jason Jordan, dude.
All right. That's a good pick. That's a good 5th pick.
You know
what that is? Dude. That's the Jason Jordan when you go for heel. If the WWE had a heel draft, face draft, Jason Jordan is that sleeper, not quite handcuff, but I'd say sleeper 7th, 8th round pick. He was, Jason Jordan would be, because he gets so many heel chants and heel reactions. Jason Jordan would be the Kareem Hunt, the guy you pick up in the 4th, 5th round, knowing he's stepping in. And I'm talking, it doesn't matter the injury or
I think you're giving him too much credit, dude. I just thought of another one, but he's on the shelf. You know what I'm thinking about, dude? Samoa Joe. He is a fantastic heel, dude.
Yeah.
Exceptional heel, dude. He's got to be up there to me, dude. He's got to be a top 3, dude. Samoa Joe's a great heel.
Yeah, I could agree with your list. Shout outs to Corey Noseji in the chat. Don't know you. I know you're maybe you're one of the new viewers. Rusev was big during the invasion, and he thinks some shenanigans are going to go down at the Survivor Series. I think you're wrong, and you should keep your opinion to yourself, Corey Noseji.
Do you mind, Goose, if I may? Can I give some love to the women right now?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we got the show for.
Oh, man.
Sucker?
Dude. My girl, Asuka.
Oh, my God.
Man. Debuting, hitting up Emma, and there's talks. I've heard talks about, other, shows I've heard. They're talking about, what? She took on Emma, and they felt like she should have been more dominant. Emma gave her too much of a run for her money. I was like, you know what, dude? No. I like the whole aspect of her dominating NXT, vacating that title, moving up to the pro league, the big league, the big time. And then now she's having little struggles, but still winning, But man, like, I love talking to Hills. We didn't even talk Alexa Bliss. We didn't talk about that. She's a great heel.
Oh, easily.
But how hyped are you? Because it's gonna happen. It's coming up. You know what's gonna happen? Alexa Bliss has cleaned out that division. Who's left, dude? The answer is Asuka, dude. So like, I don't know. I can't remember the last one was so hyped about an upcoming women's feud, but Asuka versus Alexa Bliss to me, man, that gets me going, dude.
So it's great because Alexa will handle, obviously, in that feud, she's going to handle all the mic work.
She has great mic skills. Probably the best in all the women.
Yeah. And shout out to Stephen Thatch. If you're listening, I know every week you chime in and you hit us up on Twitter and Instagram and you start talking all this stuff about Charlotte, her mic skills. But no, Alexa's mic skills are amazing.
I'm a big fan of Charlotte too, by the way. You know that.
Her Alexa and Asuka is going to be big. You know what? Alexa and Asuka, in my opinion, might be one of the first true women's matches that could, and let me know if I'm going too far.
I don't think you are. I hope you're going where I think you're going.
End a major pay-per-view. I'm not saying WrestleMania, but I think it could end.
Well, that's what I was going to. I've always thought
I think it could end a Survivor Series, man. A Royal Rumble in your house. Just kidding. WrestleMania or SummerSlam. I think Alexa versus Asuka could end a major pay-per-view and main event a major pay-per-view.
I've often thought because there's been so much progression in women in wrestling, and this I loved. They're adding now the Money in the Bank for the women. Like there's 2 different women championships. Like I love where they're going with it, and the talent is like it's so rich right now. So I'm like, dude, okay, and they've ended Raws and SmackDowns with the women, and I'm like, you know what? I felt like I was okay with it, but I was like, when's it gonna happen when there's a pay-per-view? And start off with the week where Great Balls of Fire, some low end pay-per-view like that, and ending with the women's title match. And to me, I'm like, dude, but what women could command it? And I've always thought too, I was like, it's got to be Charlotte, because to me, Charlotte is the best in-ring worker to me.
And she is the background story with like the Flair family. And
absolutely,
all that stuff.
Everything's great with her. But I was like, but now that Asuka moved over to, I'm like, dude, or is it SmackDown? SmackDown.
Asuka's on Raw.
Asuka's on Raw. Sorry, you're right, it's Raw. So like, I'm thinking like Asuka, and I'm thinking, well, who's the Raw champion? Alexa Bliss, who is just leading this pack clearly in the women's division. I'm like, dude, Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. I'm like, dude, if you headline a pay-per-view with that, I would be all in, dude. All in.
100%. Especially knowing after Asuka Alexa Bliss, we still have Asuka Charlotte. And Asuka and Emma's good. Emma couldn't. She doesn't get a lot of credit in the ring.
I know Sage, you love her, bro, but I mean, she ain't that over, man.
She can, but she's okay in the ring. She's okay enough in the ring, and we still have Asuka, Nia Jax. Like, you still have a lot going on.
I'm still waiting for that Nia Jax title reign, though, bro. Where's that at?
That'll happen. But here's the thing.
But now it's like you got people like Asuka coming in. So are you gonna push her back to the end of the line now, or what?
She pulled a Neville and left.
No way.
But they say it was due to actual legit reasons. Neville apparently just was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not a fan of this Enzo guy. So
thank God she's on the next season of Total Divas, so I get the backstory on this.
No, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, she is. You know who else is on there?
Nia Jax is?
Dude, the next Total Diva, dude. I saw the roster, dude. Alexa Bliss is on it.
I'm done.
Nia Jax is on it.
I'm done.
I think.
I'm done.
Emma might be on it too.
Dang. All right. So next season I'm gonna watch.
Nia Jax is my boo.
Would you sing her a song tonight? What'd the song be?
I gotta think about that, bro. Because I love her so much.
What's a good romantic song? If you were gonna go say, "Hey Nia, I love you, boo," what would be a good song?
Man, right?
Yeah.
And with Nia, I'm in it. So, Nia, girl, tell your boss give you extra hour off. Get your super wet after we turn the shower off, girl. That's how much I love Nia Jax. All right. Now, you hear me, girl? Are you on this podcast? You subscribe?
Eating Nia Jax, all I eat is sweet and sour sauce.
Woo! You know what I'm talking about, Goose. You know what I'm talking about. You know I'm in it.
That's right, I'm in it.
Yo, man, come on.
If I was Johnny on the spot, I'd play the song right now.
Michael Douglas at the call, girl.
Yo, Nia Jax, I don't know if you're married or not, but if you get a chance and you listen to the podcast, let me know and we'll get you. We'll get you set up with Dabu.
Just bought a new place, girl. Hit me up.
He did. Shout out to Dabi Amore. Just
saying, girl. I'm here.
And when he starts the car, the wheels, the belt starts screeching. That's how you know Dabi Amore is coming over to your pad.
Character, bro. Gives the car character. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the thing is we don't have Asuka and Nia. Like there's so much that's going to go on. And then guess what? You watched the final 4 of the Mae Young Classic, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember? You know, you're a UFC fan. You were on the show for UFC predictions.
Shayna Baszler, love her.
She went to the finals.
Yup.
We still don't have her in the WWE yet.
She can make some noise, bro. She can make some noise. Dude, she feels like a female Samoa Joe, dude. That's what she feels like.
That's a good way to put it.
She's a female Samoa Joe, great heel. I can see she's being a great heel, great worker in the ring. Not as clearly not as seasoned as Joe, because Joe is just amazing in the ring, but she's not there season wise. But I mean, she has that feel of a really, really good developed heel.
Yeah.
And so we can that.
Totally see that. What else do you want to cover this week? We've had a great show.
Oh man, it's been so much fun for Sage, man. You know, I just wished he hadn't.
He caught the.
Oh, man, I mean, he just. I believe Reigns and JoJo and Bray are sick, but Sage, like, I don't even know that. I wouldn't be surprised if he just looking for more money or something, just holding out, you know, because I wouldn't put it past him, bro. Like, he's that kind of guy, dude. Like, people see him as a face, dude, but deep down, like me and you know him. He's really more of a heel, you know, if you ask me.
Sage the heel?
Sage,
not Sage the Mark?
The Mark, that feels like it rings more true than anything else.
Wait a minute. Did he heel turn on us? Wait a minute. Maybe you should have started the show and said, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
Oh,
maybe you're taking over for Sage's spot. You know, I'll give you credit when I do this podcast. It's much easier to do it in person. And Sage lives in a completely different city. I live in a city in Texas. He lives in another city that's 257 miles away.
It feels like he's holding you back, you know? Sage, when I think about you and this podcast progressing, I feel like the image that comes to my mind is Shawn Michaels throwing Marty Jannetty through the glass at the barbershop and then super kicking him. Like that's what I feel like. I feel like you need to break away from that dead Sage.
I'm Shawn Michaels.
You're obviously Shawn Michaels. Look at you.
By
for
far.
God's sakes. Look at you.
Yeah.
And Sage is Marty Jannetty. He needs to get his face thrown to that plate of glass at the barbershop, dude. Like, that's what I feel like, dude.
So
to go next level.
Before the end of the year, to all you listening, for those of y'all in Texas, we're going to be doing a live show. We're going to be doing it at a bar, so that way you can have a couple beers with us and enjoy yourself, have a good night out. I give you my word, if I get the chance, I'm going to throw Sage the Mark through a barbershop window first chance I get.
Yo, he has it coming for real, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, you looked at his picks last week. They were trash. Sage is also 6'6", so if he said this to my face, I'd say, no, your picks were great. But behind his back, well, I mean, obviously behind his back.
Bro, we got numbers, bro. We could take them.
Yeah, easily. So let's wrap up the show. We had a good week. We had a great week in wrestling. Like, I mean, especially since we had a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There was football on. There were some close basketball games. We highlighted those points. We talked about those.
I feel like it's one of the best weeks in wrestling we've had in a while, dude.
No, it is. It is. There was drama outside the ring. Like, if you think about it, we do this podcast on Thursdays, traditionally. So from a, give or take a Friday to Friday, man, that was a packed week. And we had Kurt Angle get back in the ring. We had Roman Reigns out. Braun Strowman, we assume kind of a face term.
SmackDown Siege on Raw.
Yeah, the SmackDown Siege was huge. Under siege. So there was just a lot going on this week. It was a busy week. I don't think there's a UFC this week, but I think there's one in 2 weeks. Let me just ask you real quick before we wrap up the show. I don't know if you're going to be on the show next week. We got Bisbing, who had some funny stuff happen. He's getting taken to court. for choking somebody at a gym.
It happens, bro.
It happens to the best of us. Bisping GSP. So that card has, I think, 3 title fights.
Yeah, you got Johanna Jędrzejczyk to pin the belt, and I think what was his name? Is it Garbrandt?
Cody Garbrandt, yeah.
Cody Garbrandt versus TJ Dillashaw. That to me is the main event. But as far as Bisping goes, I mean, I feel like you can't just take 2.5, 3 years off, come back in a division higher than what you've ever fought at before, and expect to just walk in and win the title. I'm a big fan of Bisping. I am. I love his cardio. I love his output.
No one's getting finished. Nobody's getting finished.
No, I think Bisping is a very smart fighter, and I think he'll be ready for GSP's takedown attempts, and I think it's going to be a Bisping decision. Bisping decision, man.
What do you think? 3-2 or
4-1? I'm gonna go 4-1. I think Bisping's gonna roll him, dude.
Yeah, so Bisping's just a naturally much heavier guy.
He's a bigger guy, man.
So I think that GSP's doing it. I mean, the Paycheck did the same thing. I don't think he stands a chance at winning. However, I also didn't think that he would beat Josh Koscheck on his feet with the jab and basically shut his eye and retire him.
He broke his over the bone in the first round, bro.
Yep, with the jab.
Yep.
And for a guy who's not known for finishing people or the knockout power, the jab.
But my thing is 3 years off, and then you're going to weight class you never fought before.
But at 3 years off, you're 3 years older. So losing the weight and cutting the weight, is it really that hard, or is he fighting more at his natural weight class?
Yes, I believe so. I think it is. Yeah, because he had to cut a lot of weight for 170. I agree with that. But at the same time, like when you're out of the ring, out of the cage for 3 years, man, like there's a lot of rust involved with that, dude. And then you're going in, no warm-up fight, no, like I'm gonna fight, the 12th rank guy.
But if Bisping doesn't have knockout power, are you really worried about anything?
Yeah, tell Rockhold that, bro.
Who else?
Well, I mean, you got Mayhem Miller. And
you mean MTV's Bully, right?
Yeah, he was on MTV for a while.
Yeah, Bully beat down.
Like the Miz was kind of a thing. Yeah.
Oh, hey, that was a good reference.
Shout out. But yeah, I get he doesn't have knockout power, but he's still a very good striker, dude.
Great, and the punches.
You can see the same thing. Would you say Nate Diaz is a bad striker? He doesn't have knockout power.
Nick and Nate Diaz and Michael Bisping have cardio for 150 years.
And they could throw 300 punches a match and not get tired, dude.
Well, and that's how he beat Luke Rockhold, because to me, he didn't...
No, it wasn't output. He caught him, dude.
You think so?
Yes.
So to me, he beat Rockhold because he still hit him with the pillow fist.
Yeah.
But
what did he... But he knocked him out, though.
But nobody... That's the thing is, he caught him with the fist, and Rockhold got cocky immediately. So and Rockhold went in the fight cocky.
He's arrogant, dude.
But the thing is... And if I could coach any UFC fighter, any MMA fighter, I would tell him, and I can't fight, I would tell you, hey man, if somebody's got pillow fist, they're not gonna knock you out. Hey, by the way,
go forward. You
can't take 10 pillow fists to the face. Like human anatomy, Bisping and the Diaz brothers, bricks. But at the end of the day, you still can't take 10 of them to the head.
Exactly.
You still can't take 10 jabs in 30 seconds. And that's what they... I think those guys...
But my argument was like, it wasn't like it was late in the fight. Like Bisping caught him was the second round, dude. He caught him, dropped him. He dropped him with one punch.
Well, he
dropped him with one. But he didn't knock him out, but he dropped him with one punch.
And then he beat him up against the cage for about 20 seconds.
No, like 10 seconds, dude. Like he finished him pretty quick after he dropped him. So to me, like, yes, I understand Bisping doesn't have great power.
And Rockhold hasn't come back from it since.
He's fought with Sensei.
Well, he has, but he's got a win-loss record. What is he, 1-1 since that fight?
I think he's 1-0, dude. I think he's only fought like maybe 1-1. Yeah.
No, he's 1-1. No, he's lost since. So if you're 1-1 since winning the championship, you're kind of in that almost that Weidman category.
They deserve another title shot kind of a thing.
Did you just have a good night? Did you just have a good
run?
To
be honest, dude, if they fought again, I would put my money on Rockhold, dude. But as far as the GSP fight, dude, I'll put everything I got on Bisping, dude. No doubt.
What about Garbrandt? Garbrandt's gonna.
I feel like TJ Dillashaw and Dominique Cruz are the same kind of fighter, and I feel like Garbrandt tore through Cruz easily. So because of that, I feel like Garbrandt's gonna beat Dillashaw, dude. And remember, Cruz beat Dillashaw, dude. They're the same kind of fighter.
So I think Garbrandt happened to hit Cruz. So Cruz can duck and dodge
Very elusive.
Great.
Very elusive. But he wasn't elusive against Garbrandt, though.
But I would borderline call what Cruz does running away. Being the master of, hey, dude, I'm going to pop you once or twice and decision you if you're going to come back to me.
But he pops you once or twice, then he leaves.
Yeah, and
so that means he hits you way more than you hit him.
I'm not shitting on him, but literally, and you've seen him. If you're watching the live show, you're going to see me do this. Literally, head down and going perpendicular to the ground at a 90-degree angle and throwing a punch, knowing, nobody can really counter that, and then backing up twice. I'm not crapping on him. A win is a win. I think it's a great strategy.
Belts, yes.
And he was the champion forever. And I'm going to hit you once or twice, and then I'm getting out of dodge completely.
But would you agree that him and Dillashaw have a similar style?
You could argue it. I really think Garbrandt just happened to catch.
Garbrandt's more going forward, staying in the pocket.
I think he
bombs.
Just happened to catch Cruz.
No, but you say that like he knocked out Cruz. He didn't knock out Cruz.
No, he didn't. He dropped him. He concussed him in the first round.
He dropped him like 5 or 6 times. That's not a lucky punch.
In the first 2 rounds, when you're fighting a guy who's those knockdowns. They didn't happen in rounds 3, 4, and 5. If
you drop somebody like 3, 4 times,
no, but you're fighting.
You're not getting lucky punches. No, but you're not letting lucky punches. You're beating somebody's ass.
I see what you're saying.
I'm saying, if I get dropped once, like, all right, well, that was a lucky punch. But you dropped me 4 times in one fight. It's like, well,
you lost.
Yeah, like I just got my ass kicked, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Great point. So, lots to come to on the UFC front. We'll try to get you and Guru. I would love. You know what? I would love if we go with the round table. Like if you're watching the show live, or because if you listen to the audio, I just appreciate you guys. I think it would be awesome if we had the round table. God, Dabi Amore, Sage the Mark, Ben Goosen, all at the round table. 4 mics, 1 dude. Oh. Yep.
Guru, you can't run forever, bro. I'm right here. You know where to find me. Let's go.
Let's do this. So, hey, guys, listen. We just want to tell you, thank you so much for listening to the show today. Hopefully, you got a chance to listen to the show live and not watch the Dolphins-Ravens game because it kind of sucks. There's a lot going on in the world. I just want to tell you guys, keep it real. There's good stuff. There's bad stuff. There's presidential stuff. There's not presidential stuff. There's politics stuff. There's this. There's that. There's all sorts of bad things going on. But hey, at the end of the day, we got a podcast. We got wrestling. This is your escape. We got UFC. We talked about all sorts of stuff.
You know what else we got? We got Jigsaw later tonight, baby. Yeah, you guys who like to play games, and I know I love to play games.
We got 45 minutes before we go see that Jigsaw joint. So me and Dabi are going to head out. Thank you for listening today. We had an amazing show today. I'm your boy Ben Goosen. Who are you, bro?
Dabi Amore.
At the end of the day, just keep it real. Hey, what up? Everybody listen, I really appreciate you listening to the show today. Yo, it's your boy Ben Goosen. Go visit us on IRWP.us. Yo, we got the Patreon account. If you get a chance, please donate. Help us out. We'd certainly appreciate it. And you know what? If you don't want to donate, hey, that's cool. Don't even sweat it. Hit us up on Twitter, Ben Goosen, Sage the Mark, at Ben_Goosen. Hey, and just so you guys know, we do watch all of the WWE pay-per-views live. Each and every one of us watch it live. You could join me. You could join Dabi Amore. You could join Sage the Mark. We watch these pay-per-views live. Come join us on an Xbox Live party. Hit me up at Ben Goosen. On Xbox, Ben_Goosen. It even might even be Ben Space Goosen. But hit me up. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight, so you can hit me up. I'm going to be broadcasting live pretty much for a good chunk of the day tomorrow at Sage Mark. He's been rocking that Destiny. He's been rocking that Destiny, dog. So go ahead and get a chance. If you get a chance, check out our YouTube page. Just go ahead and go onto YouTube and type in It's Real Wrestling Podcast. Again, hey, guys, I'm Ben Goosen. Sage Mark, my partner in crime, will be back with us next week. God bless him. Hope the best for the guy. Hey, at the end of the day, just keep it real. And remember, the opinions today are that of the host and not of the IRWP. go ahead and hit us up, IRWP at US on Twitter. It's Real Wrestling Podcast. Thank you guys. We love you all.